go?
Yeah, we're just gonna go to that Homewood beach.
Nice. It's very nice over there. Yeah, it's nice over there. You're gonna like that. So Margaritaville, did you research Margaritaville?
No,
That's a good
but
meeting. Do you have a specific meeting point on the beach that you'd like to be dropped off and picked up? Or you want to leave it up to my advice?
yeah,
Yeah, Margaritaville, if you want to Google it. There's also, you know what, the surf thing, the kids go on the surfboards, they have that there. So it's might be something that all the kids can do. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
yeah.
What's your name, sir?
Nick.
Nick. You said Margaritaville, right?
Yeah, Google Margaritaville. It's right in the center of. It's in the center of Hollywood Beach, at the best location. Also, there's a pizzeria right there. There's a nice pizzeria restaurant across the street called Flicker Light, which if you want to look for a place to have lunch, I like Flicker Light over there.
And it's a pizza place.
It's a pizza place, but they also have eggplant parmesan and chicken parmesan and just Italian, a lot of Italian stuff. So it's a place called Capone's Flicker Light. It's probably been there 30 years. So it's right across the street from Margaritaville, and you can sit on the water over there. So Hollywood Beach is literally right across the street from Hollywood Beach is the intercoastal where the boats go.
Gotcha.
So Flicker Light, Margaritaville is on the beach, but Flicker Light's on the intercoastal across the street, really close. And you could sit outside on the patio and have lunch, and then the boats are going by. So you could sit inside too, and you can sit outside. So it's a bar, restaurant. So it's right there by Margaritaville. But there's so many places. Yeah, so many places. If you want to even eat dinner there, down the street from there's a place called Oppa Taverna, OPPA. Another place has been there for 30 years. It's one of the best Greek restaurants in South Florida, and they have a good dinner. They have a good dinner. Yeah, the kids would find something to eat. You guys would find something to eat. So yes, it looks like you probably are going to have lunch and dinner out. Yeah. So that would be my suggestion if you want to stay close by. I wouldn't eat on the boardwalk. There are places on the boardwalk to eat, but I wouldn't eat there because that's very touristy and it's probably not very good food and it's probably overpriced. But the Flicker Light pizzeria restaurant across the street from Margaritaville is more of a family locals place, and it's been there forever, and that food's better and the pricing is better. Yeah.
What time did you guys talk about picking this up?
7 o'clock?
7.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we were going to eat dinner at, say, Flicker Light. That would be across from where you're gonna pick us up.
We're gonna see Flicker Light.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show you Taverna Opa because that's south, and we're not coming that way. But oh, actually, maybe I can. Maybe. Maybe I will. Yeah, I can get off the exit. One exit before. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. Yeah, I'll show you what both of the places are. I've eaten in both of these places several times, and that's what I recommend. Yeah.
So if you were going to say do one of these, go probably Flicker Light for dinner. If we got there at 5, would we be able to eat?
But let me just say this now. It's Saturday night tonight, or is it Sunday? What is it? It's Saturday, right? So places are going to this beach is going to be packed. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Think about it. This is a very popular beach with locals, not so much tourists. The Canadians go here. This is more like a Canadian beach. The tourists don't really go to Hollywood Beach. So you're going to run into a lot of people that live there, and then there's a lot of Canadians. But it isn't going to be the tourists like you guys,
right.
you know. So, but in a way, it's a very special beach.
Yeah.
Because of this boardwalk. It's got a boardwalk that you can walk up and down, and you can rent bicycles. Let me think. So yeah, so the Margaritaville, I drop you off across the street from that. I'm going to show you where both of those restaurants are. And I'll show you where a Mexican restaurant is too, across from Opa. So I'll show you 3 places to eat. Yeah, it'll be Spanish. I don't know if it's Mexican. It's Latin. I don't know what kind of Latin it is. But and all 3 of them are going to be packed, like starting like at 5 o'clock, because everybody's going to come off the beach and all pack into those restaurants. So for lunch they might even be very busy, which is going to feel like, you know, very touristy because of all the people that are going to be there. It's going to be a very crowded day for you, with a lot of people. Yeah. It is a big beach, so if you decide to go on the sand and buy a towel and go swimming and stuff, you'll have a lot of space there because the beach is really big. There's also public bathrooms and public showers right where I'm dropping you off too. And there's a beach store. So that beach store, you can, if you want to buy it, if Laura wants to buy a sundress and a hat, let's say, and you want to buy flip-flops and sunglasses and all of that, towels, there's a place there you can buy that. And then right there is the public showers where you can take a shower outdoors, and then there's the public bathrooms indoors. And that's a great place to hang out. It's the most populated part of the beach because of the bathrooms and the showers. So if you go for a swim, you can come out of the water, take a shower, go rinse off, dry off, and then go buy yourself a $10 shirt or $10 dress or something, and then you're set for the night. That's how I would do it. Yeah, if I'm going to spend all day there, I would spend the day on the beach with my beach attire. Then I would go swimming, and then after I go swimming, I would rinse off and have something else to change into. And yeah, I mean, whatever you bought, if you bought any clothes, you can put that in the bag. The bag that they give you can put your wet stuff in there, and then you're ready to spend the next couple of hours having dinner or just walking around at night over there. Yeah, you picked a good spot.
Proximity is relatively close to the airport. Right?
Yeah, it's 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes.
I think I've been there to Hollywood Beach before, but it's been probably 20 years.
Yeah, it's still the same.
Same.
Just south of the beach is a city called Dania, and that city has a fishing pier. It's called the Dania Beach Fishing Pier. You can actually walk there. So, say I dropped you off at Margaritaville, and Margaritaville's on the beach, so you went on the sand, and then you made a left, which is north, right? So if you're looking at the Atlantic Ocean, right? Right is south, left is north, right? So if you walked, let's say a mile, maybe less than a mile, you would see it. I think you could just see it. Yeah, you probably could see it. If you go to the sand and look to the left, you're going to see a fishing pier. And if you can walk to that fishing pier, you could. It's whether you want to or not. If you can get to that fishing pier, there's a great sports bar seafood place called Upper Deck, right at the foot of that pier. And then you pay $1 to go on the pier and watch people fish, and they bring up big fish, and you could rent fishing poles and buy bait, and you could fish. So I don't know if that would interest you, but that's a very close walk, let's say. You know, maybe a half-hour walk on the sand, let's say, from where Margaritaville is to that pier. And then you also have that restaurant too, that if you decided to go hang out by the pier for 4 hours, you can always go eat at that restaurant too. So that's another idea. It's called Upper Deck in Dania Beach. Upper
It's
Deck.
pretty good food too.
Yes, it specializes in good like
Bar food.
it specializes in seafood. Like you'll get like lobster bisque soup. You'll get blackened mahi sandwiches. You'll get stone crabs, shrimp, that kind of thing. Yeah, it still has your regular chicken wings and hamburgers too, but it also has a nice complement of seafood.
It's right there. Right?
It's right there, and it's a franchise. There's a couple of them. There's one in Fort Lauderdale Beach, and there's one in Miami. So there's 3 of them, and one of them happens to be in Dania, which is weird because there's no tourism there. But it's the only business in that area. So if you go to that pier, you can't buy nothing else except if you go into that restaurant. So they're kind of grandfathered in where they have no competition. So it's a weird spot to be for a restaurant like that, but they are very busy because everyone that goes to that pier has to go eat in that restaurant. There's nowhere else to eat. There's nowhere else to get a drink. If you want an alcoholic beverage, there's no place. I think they are building something on a property not too far from there to compete with that, but I don't think that's open yet. Well, we're not going there, but you might see 2 places that might be open. And literally, when you're at that pier, you're 5 minutes from the airport because the airport's right after that. When you're on that fishing pier, all the planes are flying over your head. So you're right next to the airport when you're there. They're all coming in on the East Coast. So as you're fishing, all the planes are coming in and out right there, yeah. Oh, I got the most fun thing you can do.
What's that?
Google Fort Lauderdale water taxi Margaritaville stop. What that is in my neighborhood in Fort Lauderdale Beach, we have the water taxi, which is about 30 boats. They're all yellow. Some of them are 1 story, some of them are 2 story. Some of them fit 25 people, some of them fit 75 people, but that's it, between 25 and 75. And these boats stop at about 15 stops in Fort Lauderdale. And they all rotate, so every 20 minutes another boat comes. So you pay them once, they put a wristband on you, and you're allowed to go on and off this boat all day from 10 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. And the only time it comes to Hollywood is twice a day. And it comes and picks you up right across the street from Margaritaville on Margaritaville property. Because across from Margaritaville property, they have a tiki bar right there next to that other place I was telling you about on the Intercoastal Waterway. So yeah, right next to Flicker Light, a couple of businesses down, is a Margaritaville property with sand. It's a fake beach with a reggae band just playing there. They usually have reggae bands. They have an outdoor bar, and the water taxi stops there twice a day. So you could stay on the water taxi and never have to get off. It would just take you for a tour and then bring you back because it just keeps going in circles all day. But if you get off in Fort Lauderdale at the Galleria Mall or Fort Lauderdale Beach or downtown Fort Lauderdale or one of the restaurants it goes to, like 15th Street Fisheries, which is a really nice fish restaurant. They also have giant tarpon that everybody's feeding in that little bay that's in Fort Lauderdale. So if you're interested in taking a boat ride and going on a tour, you would Google Fort Lauderdale water taxi, and then you would find out the Margaritaville stop. Or if you just go across, and I'll show you this, if you just go across the street from where I drop you off, Margaritaville, you'll see, I'll show you the little area as we pull in actually, and there'll be a sign there. And that sign will be a yellow sign, and it'll say water taxi, and it'll have the times it comes. So you don't, even if you were just hanging out there to see the reggae band, having a drink, and it's kid friendly because it's a kid friendly hotel, Margaritaville. It's really for kids too. That's why they got that wave pool thing in the corner on the beach. Then you might say, hey, you know what? You might be hanging out over there, listening to the reggae band, and all of a sudden that yellow boat pulls up. It pulls in straight this way, and you board straight. So instead of a boat pulling in sideways, it pulls in straight, and then you go on it. And then you can speak to the captain, because he's just waiting there for like a minute or two for people to get on and off. And if you're there already, you can speak to him. Hey, you know, we're looking to go for a ride in Fort Lauderdale on your boat. When are you going to come back here to Margaritaville? And he would tell you, we'll be back at 4, we'll be back at 2, and he would let you know. And that could be another way to schedule something, by just dealing with the captain, so you know firsthand you'll be back. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to tell you is, just because I drop you off at Margaritaville doesn't mean I have to pick you up there. So wherever if I don't hear from you, right, then I'm going to be at Margaritaville around 7, maybe earlier, you know, not later, but maybe a little earlier. I don't mind hanging out over there if I'm earlier, because I am doing one more, I'm doing a job like at 5 o'clock, and then I'll probably be done at 6:30 or something and be back there. But what you can do is, say you go on that water taxi and you end up at 15th Street Fisheries, and you don't want to take the water taxi back to Margaritaville. You can text me and call me and say, pick us up at 15th Street Fisheries. So yeah, just because I drop you off at Margaritaville, you might want to go to the mall. You might be bored, it might rain, you might be just, you know, you don't want to be outdoors anymore. There's the Aventura Mall just south of the beach, and it's probably one of the best malls you've ever been to. It's one of the best malls in the country. It's a 3-level mall, and it's called Aventura. It's actually there's Dolphin Stadium to the left, and Dolphin Stadium is in North Miami Beach. So this is North Miami Beach, just north of there is Aventura. So actually we're going to pass it, so it's 5 miles. So I'm just going to show you real quick how far the mall is from the beach, and you never know, you might want to take an Uber to the mall, and there's actually an AMC movie theater there too. So there's a mall, there's an AMC movie theater, and if you end up wanting to go to the mall, I can always pick you up at the mall too. It's called the Aventura Mall. Probably be like a $20 Uber ride. And it's an Ives Dairy. So right there.
Oh, Ives Dairy.
Ives Dairy is the last street in Miami. So once we pass this overpass above us, yeah, actually, I'm gonna get off here because, well, actually, I think it's too late. I should have gotten off already, I think, because I want to get off. I want to show you a little something, and I have to get off. Yeah, I can get off here. Yeah. So this is the last. I'm gonna show you how far the difference between the mall and the beach is. So it's about 3 or 4 exits on the highway, which is not that far. But the best thing is, you don't need to take the highway from the beach to the mall. You just take the street that's parallel with the ocean. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see the distance here, but when it comes to how the Uber driver would go there, he would take the street. He wouldn't take the highway. We're too west. Yeah.
And that stadium, is that the Hard Rock Stadium?
Yeah, that's Hard Rock Stadium. That's where the Dolphins play, and that's where they do a lot of events there.
Soccer?
No, not soccer, no. Soccer they do in Fort Lauderdale, and they're building Messi's soccer field in Miami right now.
Okay.
But he uses a soccer field that used to be Lockhart Stadium. He uses it when in Fort Lauderdale, right by my house. It's right by Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport. Yeah. So this is Aventura. This is North Miami Beach, which is like a wealthy suburb of Miami, and it's also the last city in Miami. Once we pass this street, this overpass, we're in Broward County, which is Fort Lauderdale. So down this street here is the Aventura Mall, east, and then 3 or 4 exits from now, we're going to get off and we're going to go east, and that's the difference. So right after this street, we're in Broward County. This is Ives Dairy Road. So if you went straight here, you'd hit the mall, kind of by the beach, and then just north of that is your Hollywood Beach area. So if you were going to go to a mall, that would be the mall to go to. If you told me that we want to go to a mall, I would have gotten off at that exit and brought you to that mall. Yeah. And we're getting off at Hollywood Boulevard. See, you said Hollywood Beach, right?
Yeah.
So it's 2.5 miles from here. We already went a half mile. So that means that the mall is 3 miles from the Margaritaville. Yeah. That's an inexpensive Uber. And like I said, if that's what you want to do, I can always pick you up there. If you wanted to go to a movie, pick you up at the movie. You wanted to go to one of the restaurants over there, or just be in the mall somewhere. You want to go to an Apple store. There's an Apple store in the mall. So you have a lot of. I gave you a lot of choices how to spend the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well,
it's
a long day, and you have to be. You could just wing it and just stay. What do you want to do? Or you could plan it.
Yeah.
You know, it's up to you.
At least we have some options, ideas.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to sightseeing, the water taxi would be best. You know why? Because you're on the water. There's also, if you go on a bigger ship, some of them are 2 levels, some of them have bars. So I don't know that you would be interested in drinking on one of the boats, but you're allowed to drink on the boat if you want. You can bring alcohol back and forth. They let you drink because it's really for tourists. But the great thing about the water taxi is there's 2 people that work on the boat. One's the captain, who's just driving the boat, and the other guy's standing next to him with a microphone and a tip jar. So he's running like a little tour business. So as you're in Fort Lauderdale on the water, he's going to say, "Look, that's Tiger Woods' yacht." I don't know if it really is, but he's telling you it is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and that house was built by Sonny and Cher, and now Britney Spears owns it. So he's telling you all the gossip and all the history of Fort Lauderdale, and the houses are very impressive. You know, they're on the main intercoastal waterway, so they're a lot of times tens of millions of dollars, these homes. And they're very impressive. You know, people have helicopters in their backyards. They have giant 300-foot yachts that are unbelievable that you see in the movies, like James Bond yachts, you know? Yeah.
Like their backyard?
Yeah, because their backyard's on the water, right? So you're on the water and you're passing these giant boats, and this guy does this for a living, and he wants to get tips, and he's acting all fun. So when it comes to an experience, that could be a lot of fun, you know? Yeah. All right, so this is where we're getting off here, Hollywood. So we're going to take this street all the way to the end, and then it stops on the beach. So we're going to take this east, and then we're going to make a left. We're going to see the Spanish restaurant there, and then we're going to see the Greek restaurant. Then we're going to see the Italian restaurant. So you got the Spanish, Greek, Italian, and then Margaritaville. So those are the 3 things I'll show you before I drop you off.
And when you say Spanish, it's like chips and salsa.
Yeah, but it's going to be like, well, every place there has that. It's actually pretty good. I've been there. It's very South American. Like everybody there is speaking Spanish there, so they're South American. I don't know and they play a lot of loud music on the weekends. So there's going to be a party there. The party's probably starting now. They probably have a DJ there. This is a fairly nice day. It's overcast right now, but that's actually good because this sun over here gives you sun cancer. It's very bad for you, very bad. So, and even now it's summertime kind of. It's not officially summer, but really without these clouds, it would be overwhelming. That's why it's a great day to be outside, because of these clouds. So maybe you don't feel the need to go run to the mall or something, right? But today is going to be a great day because of the clouds. It's actually it's great to be, because the only thing that's going to make it 85 degrees today is the sun. You don't want it to be 85. You want it to be 75. And it'll probably be 75 or 80 till lunchtime. But once if those clouds break up, which I don't think they will, it'll be overwhelming. You'll be very hot. Yeah, you'll be hot. You'll want to jump in the ocean. They got fajitas, burritos, fajitas, rice and beans, plantains, onions, chicken, rice. That's what they have at that place. Yeah. The Greek restaurant has lamb, chicken shish kebab, gyros, octopus, great homemade hummus. That's the Greek place. And then the Italian place, Flicker Light, has all like the chicken parmesan, eggplant parmesan, great pizza, and all bar food, chicken wings, hamburgers, you name it. Yeah. You'll have fun today. It's going to be a lot of people around you. It's going to be. You'll have fun. You should look forward to it. It's going to be a fun day. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Last day.
I'd rather switch with you. I'll tell you that. I've been driving since 4 a.m. and I'm done at 7:30 tonight. I'm done. You're my last job, so.
Do you work every day?
I work every day. Yeah.
You got family?
No.
So our stuff will get mixed up with someone else back there, right?
No, nobody's gonna take the stuff. No.
So you meet a lot of people in a year, then?
Yeah, and I don't remember anyone. Like when they leave the van, I don't remember. It's very weird. It's not a very good thing. It's not.
You have repeat customers that you don't remember?
That's what I was just getting at it. I was trying to find the right words. I had to say it, but when they get in the van and they sit, and I immediately know they know me.
Right.
And I tell them right. I'm like, you're a former passenger, and they said, yeah, you don't remember us? I said, I'm sorry. She goes, yeah, it was last June.
Yeah.
We came down, my whole family. You were great. You drove us to the cruise ship. We're back. I said, I'm so happy you used me again. I said, but I'm sorry, I don't remember. And they're like, well, we know, we do deal with a lot of people. And then I break it down to them and say, I don't even remember the people I did yesterday. It's so a year ago. No, I don't. There's nothing I remember really. It's like Groundhog Day. You know Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I have to remember. I have to look at my calendar just to know who someone's name is. Like if I'm doing 7-8 jobs today, I just concentrate on those 7-8 jobs, and everything in my mind from yesterday is gone. Let alone what prior than yesterday. I just concentrate on that day, the logistics, the people. Right? Every day is the same, but yet every day is different. Yeah.
Is this
I
like
do these.
Your business?
It's me and I'm a partner with 3 other guys.
Okay.
Yeah. We got 2 vans each, and we pretty much all of us work all day long, pretty much. Yeah, there's enough business for all of us to be working as much as we want, and I work pretty much as much as them, if not more. I just have the luxury of doing my own calendar because I do the whoever answers the phones and does the emails and the texts gets to book that job and put it on their calendar if they want it. If they don't want it, they can put it on one of the other guys' calendars. Right? And when you got an iCalendar, you can just take it off your calendar and put it on someone else's calendar by just selecting whose calendar it is. Right. So all our calendars are locked up to the iPhone. So if I can't do a job or something happens, or I get a flat tire or something, I can immediately put it on someone's calendar. He gets a notification, and he can automatically, instead of me telling him, can you do this, can you do that, he could just lift up the phone and say, okay, I see what you can't do. I'll do it right now. So yeah, but I have the best schedule because I'm the one that answers the phones and does the emails most of the time, and so that job I can say I want it or don't want it, right? If they're not, what is this over here? Is this Musk? Anti-Musk? What is this?
It's like education stuff.
Hands off Social Security. That's Musk. Hands off veterans.
Oh wow.
It doesn't say nothing. It doesn't say nothing about Musk, but
Right.
maybe it's local. Oh, that one said Musk. That one said Trump Musk.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be getting Social Security, so I don't really care about it. But I know a lot of people, you know. Wow, there was a great Italian restaurant there called Mamma Mia's. I haven't been down here for a while. That was a great restaurant there.
Right here with the chairs.
Yeah, it's called Mamma Mia's.
It's out?
Yeah, it's out. Yeah, big Italian restaurant. It's weird. Yeah, this is a brand new building that didn't even open yet. See this? This used to be a Firestone gas station.
Really?
Look at this building. Look at this police
Was
office.
that apartment or condos?
Yeah, rentals, apartment rentals. It's not even open yet. What happened? Yeah, didn't even, oh, look at this. They're working today. Today's Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Wow, look at these guys working on Saturday. They're putting the doors in. Yeah, this is a brand new building. It didn't open yet. Yeah, it's not even finished yet. They probably got another 6 months. But this was a Firestone gas station. Yeah. All of these got built in recently, all around this circle. This is a very unique spot because this is a circle. If you look at the map, you see 3 circles in Hollywood. 1, 2, 3. This is the 3rd one. And look how pretty this is when we come. I wasn't going to go this way. This is the long way. And I'm okay on time. I got to be, my next pickup's in Fort Lauderdale at 10. So I wanted to give you a little. Wow, that was a house. They knocked that house down. So I wanted to just be able to show you the Greek restaurant and the Spanish restaurant. Where if I would have went the faster way, you wouldn't have been able to see that. But look how cool this street is with all the big palm trees. See that? And that's a drawbridge over there. So at the end, that hill, that bridge opens and closes like this for the boats to go back and forth. Yeah. And that's the intercoastal waterway I told you about.
Yeah.
So that's where the water taxi goes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come this far. It goes to the Margaritaville and then goes back to Fort Lauderdale. So right now we're going east. So Miami's over here, Fort Lauderdale's over here. You guys are all staying north of the bridge. So this is Hollywood Bridge, and this is where the boardwalk starts actually. So behind that building, straight ahead, that building's on the end of the boardwalk. So the boardwalk goes from there, kind of towards that pier I told you about, right? That pier is north by the airport. The airport's north, and so if you did walk back and forth on the boardwalk, you'd end up behind that building, and then you could go back the other way. You know, people do exercise and walk all day, and like I said, you can rent. They have bicycles like like a 4-wheel, like a high bike that has 2 benches, and then you could stand up and pedal. Yeah, it's like 4 wheels, right? It's for a family, right? So and the kids don't have to pedal; they can just sit in the back, and then you and your wife could pedal. You know, so that's one thing you could do if you wanted to do something kind of. You can rent the bicycle. They also got the flat ones, you know, the kinds of ones you lay in, and then the pedals are up here, and then the seat swings a little bit. Those they have the handle like that. Those are kind of cool.
Exactly.
So I never driven one, but those they rent those here too. Yeah.
This is an old town.
Yeah, a lot of these houses are all Airbnbs now because people don't want to live on the main street. Then they don't want to sell their homes. So I drop a lot. I think that's an Airbnb. That's an Airbnb. I drop off a lot of people that just stay in these Airbnbs around here because they can walk to the beach. All you have to do is walk over that bridge and then you're on the beach. Yeah.
So this bridge right here will raise.
Yeah, all the bridges along this intercoastal all raise. Yeah, so sailboats can go under and big yachts.
So sometimes those cruise ships will come through.
No, the cruise ships go from the port right out. See, that's the intercoastal waterway. See that?
Yeah.
So that's Port Everglades right there, where the cruise ships are, and the airport's right there. So all that big hardware you saw, that's where the airport is. All right, so I'm going to show you. The first thing I'm going to show you is the Spanish restaurant. All of this now you can walk to from Margaritaville. So this is east. The boardwalk starts right there, and then this is the Spanish restaurant right here.
The two-story building?
No, right after it. Yeah, just look to see what it says, so you can see the menu if you want. See the pricing of the menu if you want to write that down. It is called. All right, I see it. Taco Bar. All right, so Taco Bar, Hollywood Beach, right? Write that down. You can check out the menu. All right, there's the Greek place on the left. See Taverna Opa?
Yeah.
That's the Greek place. There's the boardwalk over there. That's the boardwalk. So now it starts at the bridge and goes that way. And this is the intercoastal waterway on the left, you see?
Yeah.
This is another restaurant on the left right over here. It's called Gigi's. There's a bakery here. A bakery and a bistro right here. Looks like they're barbecuing. Oh, that's a roofer. Guys put a roof up. Yeah, there's a little market right here. There's Margaritaville right here. This big building right here. There's the pizzeria across the street on the left. Capone's. That's the pizzeria, so you can sit outside on the water and watch the boats go by. And if I kept going, I would hit the pier I told you about, right? That pier.
Yep.
So you can
where
actually
you can fish from.
Yeah, you could fish, and then there's another restaurant called Upper Deck. So I'm gonna make a right at this light, and I'll show you where I'm dropping you off. And there's a couple of other restaurants here, like see it says Great Burgers, La Tub. There's a couple of spots over here, but you don't want to walk that way unless you're trying to get to the pier, because everything is what I just showed you, unless you want to deal with the businesses on the boardwalk. There's plenty of them.
And you said the pier is about a half mile.
I would say it'd take you about a half hour to walk, and I think you should walk it on the sand. Just go on the sand and walk it, or just go until the boardwalk ends, right? And then take the sand. So it's half boardwalk, half sand. Yeah. You could put your GPS on your phone and put it under walk, and it'll tell you how far. And make sure Laura gives you my phone number.
Yep.
All right, come on. I'll walk you up here for a sec, and then I'll walk back. Come on.
Okay.
I see a pair of earmuffs or headphones or something. Let me see if they're yours. I don't see Is it definitely in here? Because if it's definitely in here, I'll definitely find it. Here you go, look what I got for you. Look. Look. Let's close the door and I'll walk you up here.